What is up, YouTube? That's it here, and today I'm super excited to be bringing you guys more Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl 6v6 singles Wi-Fi battles. We're playing against some super good opponents today. We're using a mix of two different global arena codes. That is the code 8889. It's what I use in my own Discord. There's a link to that in the description of this video. We have a ton of people in there that are all super good. They're always looking for battles, and I always try to get at least one battle from my Discord. And then the second code I like to use is the code that like PokeAim and like Blunder and all those other PokeTubers use. That's the 2022/2021. That's a singles code. If you want to invert that, that's a doubles variant. But that leads into the question of the day. Are you guys still excited to see singles, or do you guys want to see some doubles? Personally, I think I could actually play this singles format forever. See, we're adding some new Pokemon today. I'm super excited to, play singles. It's just, this is the format that I like. I like singles. I like the Gen 4 meta. It just feels like home. It feels like a nice cup of warm hot chocolate on a hot day or a cold day. You know what I mean. It feels great to play singles, but I want to know what you guys think. If you guys want to see some doubles, maybe I can work some in. If you guys like the singles, please leave a comment. Let me know you want to see more. And, you guys are absolutely amazing. I make these videos for you guys, so I will definitely do what you guys want to see. But let's talk a little bit about our team today. I'm still using my Garchomp. I'm still using my Blissey. I'm still using my Rotom, but I've switched out a few of my mons. I've switched out my Donphan for Skarmory, and I've switched out my Azelf for Gengar. These are two Pokemon that fill very similar roles, being, Skarmory for Donphan, being like a Rock Setters, and, Gengar for Azelf. People are always asking me replacements for Azelf, and I think Gengar definitely does the job okay. And then Breloom. I've replaced Gyarados with Breloom, and, I'm not really a big fan of Breloom, really. Like, I'm just not a big fan. I think a lot of people really like Breloom, and I talked about it in yesterday's video about how, like, if I use Breloom, I would win every time. That's kind of how it just would work. I know for a fact I have a shot at winning any single matchup. It's potentially there if I were to use Breloom. And I think Breloom's just one of the best Pokemon in the game. It takes a lot of resources in a team to correctly deal with a good player using Breloom. And so hopefully I can show that off today. I think Breloom's a really underrated mon. I don't want to abuse it too much because I do think it's a Pokemon that is a little bit too broken for just like standard play. That's just in my opinion. I'm not even going to abuse the sleep cause or anything. I just think that if I spore something and get up a sub, and if you have to be asleep, I can then go for a Leech Seed and then just spam spore. The turn you wake up, I just respore, resub, and just wait you out. The only really ways to beat it are to, one, you can fodder a Pokemon, basically let that thing get put to sleep and switch out, and then switch into something that deals with Breloom. And so that requires you to A, fodder Pokemon, and then B, have other Pokemon in your team that can deal with said Breloom and really mitigate what a Breloom does. Like, for example, that's one of the reasons why we're using Gengar, because Brelooms really do struggle with something like Gengar, just because grass attacks are not very effective and fighting attacks don't work. So in that situation, like, Gengar's a great counter to Breloom, even where something like Azelf wouldn't really be as good of a counter. So I think that, like, you have to really build your team around minimizing the effect that Breloom actually has in the game. And so that's another reason why we're using like Skarmory, we're using like Gengars and stuff like that, just because Brelooms are so popular right now. But I've talked enough about Breloom. Let's go play some games. We gotta wake up. We gotta play some games. Hopefully you guys are excited to start the week off on a good note. Wish me luck. Here we go. Alright, let's get right into it. I see that they have a Politoed, and I'm pretty sure that Drizzle got quick banned in Smogon like the second or third day after the format was announced. I know a lot of people say, like, that's it. Why are you trying to enforce Smogon rules in like a random battle? I was like, we're playing in a server where, like, that's the rules. So that's the only reason why I always cry for. I'm like, I hope they play Smogon. I hope they play Smogon. Smogon rules are like pinned, that like these are the rules in the server that I'm playing in. So that's always why I say it, and that's just how I'd prefer to play. But let's think about what we want to do here. Their Rock Setters are Zilchnada, so they don't have any. And so one of my favorite things to do against rain teams is lead with my Blissey, because the Drizzle, I'm going to use that Drizzle against them, and I'm going to make my Thunders 100% accuracy. So let's go. You can see we have some new members on this team as well. A lot of people always ask me, like, what are some great Pokemon I can use instead of Azelf? And Gengar, Alakazam are probably the only usable substitutes instead of Azelf, and I still think Azelf's better than both of them because it gets access to Stealth Rocks and U-Turn, which they don't. So there's Dragonite. I will just Ice Beam this. That's a good lead versus our team, by the way. Dragonite's a really cool mon. I'm working on getting a Dragonite set up as well. So let's see. Are you going to DD in my face? Are you inner focus or multi-scale? Either way, this is going to be win up for us. Let's go. Let's go. Are you just going to pop a big outrage? I'd be big sad if you did. Oh man, it wouldn't KO us. I'd switch to my Skarm and get free rocks out of it, but like, I think we're gonna be all right. Let's see, Frogger, something I have to watch out for. Their EQ, okay, that's not gonna do that much. They might not have a Dragon Stab attack, actually. They might have like Roost. Oh, that was a crit. I was like, they had to actually, so that's about as strong as an Outrage would have been. So like a Earthquake, like, oh, so it's multi-scale. Let's see, can we get a freeze? Awesome, I don't even care. Oh, that's so funny though. Isn't that so hilarious when that happens? That's actually like the funniest thing. How many freezes I've actually gotten. We're just gonna switch right to Skarm from here. Skarm, the Rotom could probably take it out too. I don't mind going into Skarm. Worst case scenario, we get Fire Punch, and that doesn't really do that much even to a Skarmory. Let's go! Skarmory, a ticket to a better night's sleep. Roost, this is completely fine. I have no problem with Roost. So yeah, I was talking about that before they showed the EQ. Like right after they showed the EQ, I figured they might not actually have a Dragon Stab attack. They might be like E-Speed, Earthquake, like Roost, Dragon Dance, or something like that. They're at full though. We're just gonna set rocks and just go for Whirlwinds. Like I said, worst case scenario, we get Fire Punch. Thunder Punch, relatively the same thing. It's actually worse than Fire Punch in this format, in my opinion. So Stealth Rocks are up. Let me see. We could switch to our Garchomp right here if we really wanted to. I think I'm just gonna soak the damage and Whirlwind out. I don't think it's a problem. Like I can eat that pretty well, and I don't want to risk having my Garchomp come in here, do I? Because like Garchomp doesn't even really scare away a full health Dragonite, so I'm just gonna go for the Whirlwind. I guess we could even Roost here, but then at that point, like we might get crit. Actually, I'm gonna Roost here. This is the right play to Roost here. Let's go, Roost it up. Hope I don't get crit or parried, because I'll be able to end it at full. Ooh, is that a crit? A second crit? Ooh, that's just high roll. That's a big high roll. Wow, that's so much more damage than the last one. But we are going to have more HP than we did last time. And this might make them, you know, I could technically Roost even more. I just don't want to get crit. I don't want to get parried. I don't mind taking one of these. If we bring in a special attacker, we'll go into Blissey. If we bring in like the Scizor, we'll be able to get more free Roost out of that. So we're just going to go for the Whirlwind now and hope they don't crit or para us. Yeah. I don't want to risk switching in the Garchomp. I just really don't. Please no para. All right, good. We're good. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And let's go. Gengar, that's great. So we just go right into Blissey here. And we take that big rocks damage. I want to see if they're going to like taunt. I don't really care if they do. Let's see. My leftovers value. We have our own Gengar as well. So that Dragonite's basically able to be gimped by most Pokemon now. We're going to right into the Blissey. I think Blissey's the right play, even though we're low. If they Sludge Bomb here, which they shouldn't be Sludge Bombing a Blissey slot, that's a lot more damage than something else just because it's a big stab move. Let's see, I think a Destiny Bomb. They're going to taunt. I think taunt's the right play. Thunderbolt's completely fine. I have no problem with Thunderbolt. I'm running Thunderbolt to my Gengar as well. They shouldn't be able to break me. And I think we're going to be in a really good spot. So we're just going to Roost off here. Or, you know what I mean. Soft Boil. Technically better than Roost confirmed. More PP, no drawbacks. It just feels great. So having Rocks up right now is really, really nice. They have Defog users potentially in Scizor, but we have Flamethrower for Scizor, and we're going to be able to get a Roost off here. So I want to see if it's Scizor coming in here to go for the Defog, which would be absolutely fine. Ooh, for Alligator. All right, we have a Sashmon, so like I can actually stay in and be a big bully here. I can just stay in and go for this. I could also switch in my Rotom, and I think that might be a better play. I'm going to switch the Rotom in because it would do two things. First of all, if they want to go for a Water Attack, I switch in my Rotom Wash. That's great. If they're going to go for a Dragon Dance, I actually do outspeed them at +1 because this is a heavy speed Rotom and it's Timid Nature. So it's going to outspeed the base like 78 for Alligator. So I think it's a really good play. So I'm doing pretty good here. We have Rocks up, and we've only really taken damage on Skarm, which can get like free Roosts against things like Skarmory. And yeah, we're in a pretty good spot here. In a pretty decent spot. As long as we just save our Skarm to switch in on that Dragonite, we're in a good spot. Swords Dance is completely fine. I think Thunderbolt will KO this thing. And, you know, I'm happy that, you know, I switched there. Because if, like, let's say I whiffed a Thunder there, that would have been really bad. Because then they would have got a free Swords Dance. That would have been super bad. I think Thunderbolt will be able to get the KO. Instead of like Walk-In Berry for Electric Reduce, that'd be lame. Let's go for the T-Bolt. You don't have that many things you can switch in on this. You have Rotom Heat if you want to switch in there. But then I'll just switch back out to my Blissey and I'll be fine. Worst case, you know, you get Volt Switch, you get like a slight advantage in the tempo, being able to switch out the Pokemon you want. That's a great play. Next time, now that they've taken 2 ticks of Rock Smash to send that out, I can just go for Volt Switch. So we've talked about this. We've already talked about everything that happens from here. We let them bring in Rotom. We let them take rocks damage. We go for Thunderbolt. We have to switch. On that, they can totally go for a Volt switch, right? But then when they come back in with this Rotom, they're going to be even lower. We don't see leftovers there, which means we can actually see that this Rotom is probably some sort... I'm actually just going to stay in. You're probably some sort of choice set. So I'm just going to stay in. If you want to Volt switch in this, you can. If you would like to trick, thinking I'm going to my Blissey, you totally can, because I can just two-shot you here. If you want to overheat going in for a read, you can. Doesn't matter. There's a Volt switch. I talked about that. Yeah, that's Specs Rotom, by the way. You can see that it's Specs, because if it was Scarf, it could have been faster, and you can see how much damage it does. So you can actually see all of that by saying no leftovers. And then bring Gengar back, and I'm just going right back out of the Blissey. You're taking way too much rocks damage. Your Rotom just basically killed itself, by the way. So Rotom is no longer a Pokemon after Respect. And so we're going to go right back into our Blissey. They can go for Focus Blast or whatever, it doesn't really matter. And then we'll just start using Flamethrower, because they're going to bring in the Scizor relatively soon, because that's one of their few Pokemon left that actually breaks this Blissey. So we're just in a great spot right now. And so all of this was able to be, like, seen multiple turns ahead of time. And that's just because, you know, I'm the best player of all time. If you guys play a lot of Pokemon, you'll be able to make just as good of reads as I do. And it's not even reads. These aren't reads. These are conditioning. I'm getting you to play the moves that I want you to play, not you guys generally, but the opponent to play. And I got you all wrapped around my finger. So you roll to this Blissey. You already tried the Fralgator. You saw that didn't work. You're going to eventually have to go into the Scizor, right? You're eventually going to have to go into the Scizor. And when you do that, I'm going to hit you with a pretty big Flamethrower. You can come with your Polytull over for my Thunders. You can come back in with the Dragonite, but you take Rocks damage, go down to Ice Beam. So, like, I'm actually going to Ice Beam right now. Just because if you want to bring the Dragonite, you will lose the Dragonite. And if you ever want to bring the Scizor, I don't want to show my Flamethrower yet. But, you know, I could make a read here. This is where a read could happen. And I could try and get that Scizor off the board right now. But I don't think we have to. I don't think we have to, because if the Scizor comes out, it's gonna outspeed us, and it's gonna have to spend its first turn defogging. So that's fine. And we're just gonna get the freeze anyways. So what do you got? What do you got? Was that Scizor? See, it's almost like I play the game, right? It's almost like I play the game. You have to do these things. My team forces you to play a specific way, and then I'm rewarded by playing into that and going for the advantage of the RNG. So yeah, you could totally U-turn and won't KO. You don't have superpower in this gen. Brick Break won't KO me. Bullet Punch ain't doing it. Swords Dance ain't nothing. We already saw your leftovers, so you have a Knocko Berry. We're just in a really, really good spot here. And again, I talked about it. I knew that they were going to switch in Scizor. I could have went for the Flamethrower. There was no reason to show it, because now the Scizor, yeah, see SD, he's floundering. This is the opponent, like, their backs to the wall. They're like, crap, I usually would have taken 2 or 3 KOs. I got to do something to get back in this game. A nothing is what you do when you get back in this game. Holy moly. Scizor down for the count. Dragonite's going to come in. It doesn't have its multi-scale because of rocks. Politoed is just setting my range, so my Thunders work. Same thing. Fralgator might be one of your only options here. And at this point, I just think I'm fine receiving Fralgator because I have a Sashmon in the back. So I'll just go for Thunder. At this point, I don't need to switch or do anything weird. Is this Politoed? Got it. Yep. That's exactly what I said. So you're going to set your rain. It's going to make my Thunders hit. So 2-shot on the Politoed. It might be a 1-shot after the second Rock Stick on the Fralgator, and we're basically just going to wait. Oh, it's not Drizzle. All right, cool. It's Water Absorb, which is good. Remember, I talked about, like, you know, Drizzle Politoed being banned, and they're rocking the good player Water Absorb. The blind Hypnosis. Yo, the degeneracy out of this man. Yo, okay. Hey, go for it. Go for it. You have a Dragonite, and I don't know if I should just switch. What would I switch to? Is there anything worth switching to in this situation? I could switch to my Breloom, I guess. Yeah, I don't mind switching into Breloom here. Breloom's a good Pokemon. And, they're not, it's not like, the worst case scenario, they go for an Ice Beam. I just get a free switch into something else, like my Gengar or something. So that works. Earth Power, that works for me. So, you know, you could put me to sleep. I'm gonna put you right back to sleep. Let's go, big Breloom. Alright, so we're just going to go for a Spore here. Yeah, should be good to go. The Dragonite's already used its Lumberry, so I don't have to worry about it switching in there. So big Spore. They probably do have, yeah, I would say they probably do have, how do I word this? What was I even talking about? I was going to say they probably have Ice Beam. Yeah, they have to have Ice Beam. So, like, I'm just going to go for a sub. And if they ever wake up here, you just re-spore. Right? So we're going to go sub. If they wake up, we re-spore. If they don't, we weak seed. Then they're going to wake up that next turn. Then we re-spore. Easy peasy. Fast asleep. Awesome. We're going to be able to go for Leech Seed. I think Grass types should be able to hit their Leech Seeds. I've always thought that. Leech Seed being 90% accuracy makes it super rough. But it works. Let's go Leech Seed. Let's go Leech Seed. You'll love to see that, don't you? So what you should have done in this situation, in my opinion, is you should just switch out the Politoed. That's just kind of how you have to play this. Because it doesn't really matter that you have this Politoed and he has Ice Beam, because he's never, ever going to get a chance to break us. We just go Spore, you have to be asleep, I sub the turn after that. If you ever wake up, I re-Spore. The way that you have to beat Breloom's is you have to have like a Lunberry or a Pokemon that can't get put to sleep, or like a Grass type or something. Or you have to just fodder a Pokemon, have it be asleep forever, and then send out something that Breloom can't really deal with, right? That's how you would do it. Because if like your plan is just, you know, I restore more health with my Leech Seed and Poison Heal than it takes the sub. So like worst case scenario, by you staying in here, you're gonna eventually have a situation where I end up with a sub and a I get a free sub up and your Mon's gone, and then I just Spore the next thing. That's why Breloom is so you know, oppressive. Let's see. And I really like this set. I like this set a lot. I also like Technician leftover sets. They're really, really good. So, again, he had to be asleep that turn. He technically can wake up this turn. But, again, even if he wakes up and brings our sub, we'll just re-Spore, right? You know, we're doing residual damage with Leech Seed. And because we're not seeing leftovers on the guy, it's not even going to take super long. Also, like, we do technically have, like, the tempo advantage, the Mon advantage. I don't think we've lost anything. They've lost one. So we're just in a really good spot. And now, like, he was asleep that turn because it was a 2-turn sleep. He was probably going to wake up next turn, but we can be afforded the luxury of actually attacking this turn if we want. So this is where I would, you know, really like to use a Technician Breloom instead of the Poison Heal one, but this is just the one that I had. Let's go for Mach Punch here, do a decent chunk. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like a Pinch Berry or something here. I don't remember seeing its item, but we'll see. So they're probably going to wake up this turn, and then we're just going to respawn. Oh, 3-turn sleep. Cool, we'll be able to KO them then. Leech Seed Tick plus another Mach Punch. We're going to end this with a sub, which is like the worst case scenario for them. Unless they're a Pinch Berry, which we see right there. Hey, Pinch Berry is not bad. Pinch Berry is not bad. So we're going to go Mach Punch, lose our sub, re-Spore, sub, Mach Punch, KO again. Ooh, works for me. Works for me. Bam. So they will wake up this turn. That was a 3-turn sleep there. So they have to wake up that turn. You can only be asleep for 3 turns, tops. And you can see my health's just at full, just easy peasy at full. So we're going to, I mean, the worst case scenario for us is if like they wake up. We're actually, let's see. Yeah, we'd like to end this with a sub. So we're going to go for Spore here. They'll get one more tick there. And then we're going to hope that, you know, we end it with a sub. Because they have to be asleep this first turn. I know, what riveting gameplay. Sub-Cedar gameplay, right? So again, I could just go Mach Punch to KO here, but that's not like the point. I want to try and end it with a sub up. So it would be really unfortunate if they got a 1-turn sleep here, but again, we're just playing to our outs. Doesn't really matter if they make it so Breloom, like if like he wakes up and Ice Beam me and like goes down to Leech Seed, I'm still going to be at full health basically anyways. And we're going to end it with a sub. Again, what you needed to do in that situation with Politoed was, yeah, you could have played the 50-50 outs and tried to wake up on the last turn and Ice Beam my sub, but what you needed to do was just have that Politoed be asleep and switch to something like Gengar and just taunt me, right? That's what you need to do. Because now I have a sub up, right? Now I got the plays. And now you're another Mon down. It's pretty good for me. Pretty good situation. This is what it means to play singles. It's all about board positioning. It's all about tempo. It's the good format. Let's go Gengar. There it is. So let's see. This Gengar carries Taunt. Can absolutely carry Taunt. Ain't got no problem with Taunt Gengar. He got no problems with Taunt Gengar. Because like, I will switch. I can't even hit it. Let's just go for a Spore. Let's see if we can. Psychic. Go for it. So remember, the way sleep also works is the very first turn that you're put to sleep, the first action you use after being put to sleep, you have to be to sleep that turn. So me using Spore here, that doesn't make it so Gengar is wasting one of its sleep turns. It hasn't even started to be asleep yet. So that means I can go for that sub for free. I can do it absolutely for free, right? Absolutely for free. They cannot wake up this turn. It's impossible. So we're going to go for a sub. And so next turn, yeah, they might be able to wake up. They might. Might not. And then from here, we're just going to try and go for our Leech Seed next turn. Hopefully we get at least more than 1 turn sleep because they had to be asleep that turn. And then from there, we're just going to click Spore every single time. Because eventually they're going to wake up, break our sub, we'll re-Spore. And then we'll resub. So as long as they're not asleep this turn, Breloom's going to be able to 100% flawless this Gengar as well. So let's see it. And if for some reason they do wake up, it's not the end of the world. We'll just switch to Blissey. Well, now, yeah, hopefully we hit our Leech Seed. Hitting the Leech Seed's the last real thing we have to do in this situation. Awesome. So yeah, now what we do is Gengar's probably going to wake up next turn. And we're just going to go for Spore because he's faster than us. So we're going to wake up. He's going to break our sub. We're going to break his life with a Spore. We're going to then resub and be good to go. And we're back up to full. Awesome. So show me that wake up. Yep, there's the wake up. There's the break the sub. There's the Spore. There's the resub. Then we click Spore again. And this, now that we have the Leech Seed on him, it doesn't even really matter if he gets like a 1-turn sleep, because he's going to have to spend the turn that he has to be asleep while we're subbing. And then if he ever even wakes up and breaks our sub, we just respore. The only thing that is problematic about this strategy is that you need a lot of PP, so I need to get some PP ups. Man, holy moly, I need some big PP ups to make this work. So we had to be asleep that turn. That's how the game's coded. And now we don't even have to do anything else. We don't even need like fighting attacks or to attack it at all. You know, just a really, really cool, good set. And we get the Leech Seed doing most of the work. And we go up and up and up. Leech Seed plus Poison Heal, ending it all at full. And then we just Spore here. If you wake up, you lose it. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter if they, like, you know, were to be asleep there. The only thing that can be kind of weird in this exact situation is, like, I think it's really weird because, like, you know, we always talk about the sleep clause, right? And that, like, you can't have more than one Pokemon put to sleep. Like, Pokemon Showdown wouldn't, it would, like, say Spore failed if I was in Pokemon Showdown because you would be breaking the sleep clause. They shouldn't be swapping here, but, like, it's such a weird situation, and it's like, would you really swap in there to have like another Pokemon you put to sleep to make me break the sleep clause? When in reality, that's not what I'm doing. It's a weird situation that like you don't really see happen that much. But he's gonna wake up. He's gonna go for a Psychic. He's gonna break the sub. This game's gonna go to time. But again, this person could have completely avoided all this by just having their Politoed get put to sleep and then switching away. Could have completely stopped all of it. But yeah, the sleep clause says you can't put more than one Pokemon to sleep, and it's not up to me if you like play badly. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to make sure your Gengar stays asleep. Actually, we are gonna get to keep that Gengar still here. So Gengar again has to be asleep here. Just go for the sub, and we're gonna be able to end. We're gonna be able to flawless 2 Pokemon with Breloom, and with while we still have our sub up. Like this is why this Pokemon's like so degenerate. You need taunts. You need things that outspeed it. You need things that are. You need to have a Pokemon to fodder in any situation to make sure it doesn't have to deal with it. You know, in both these situations, I mean, at least in this Gengar situation, it was a Pokemon I couldn't even hit with my main stab move, you know? And I was still able to basically just flawless it. So let's see what's coming out next. Pokemon they have left, Rotom's already KO'd, basically. Yeah, it's dead. Thank you. Goodbye. So you have Feraligatr, Scizor, and Dragonite. Okay. And Breloom's big busted. Awesome. So multi-scale is going to kick in there. And we'll just Spore it. And remember, he already uses Lumberry, so we're in a really, really good spot. I mean, the fact we outspeed that is huge. It means he's very bulky. Man, if that thing still had dual wing beat, this would be so hard. Alright. And again, this isn't my favorite way to play, but I saw a lot of people like asking after yesterday's video about like, why is Breloom so good? You said you would always win with Breloom, and a lot of people, you know, didn't believe me, and I was like, no, Breloom's like kind of really good. You just gotta bring it up at the right time. I think a lot of people also really like to open and lead with Breloom, and you really shouldn't. You should really save Breloom to come in after like a good U-turn or a Volt Switch or being able to like Revenge KO something. And you just get put in a situation where like you cannot lose if they don't have the correct options. And the more things you like KO or whittle down or stuff like that, the better you're gonna be. You know, another thing that I could have done is legit just like, I mean, it doesn't really matter what I use here. The only, like, another thing that I could have done is fodder the Rotom on one of my spores, so then resend out something else to like, he could have let a Pokemon get put to sleep and then like switch to the Rotom to let it die to rocks to get like a free swap into something and then send out something like Dragonite, and I wouldn't be able to put it to sleep or beat it at all. Or like the Gengar, for example. This guy could have perfectly played around this, he just decided not to. He's still asleep, doesn't really matter if I Spore. I'm only doing this case they wake up E-Speed. It doesn't matter. There's the wake up. Yeah, Outrage ain't doing it, Chief. Breloom doesn't even need to take damage. And I think this is my first like official game that's going to time that I've uploaded on this channel. I played a game on stream that went to time. That was a little bit different, but we'll take the wins. That was an easy 6 stock. And yep, we talked about how they could have won. They chose not to. Maybe they'll watch this video and learn how to do it in the future. So let's go into another one and see if we can use some of the other cool Pokemon. I really like this person's team. I think Torterra is such an underrated pick. And I do respect Torterra. I think I'm actually still going to leave Blissey again. Blissey is good versus Scizor. It's good versus Magnezone. It can be okay against Gastrodon. It's great versus the Torterra. If I can get the Torterra off the board, it's going to allow me to use my Breloom correctly. And they're probably like low-key expecting me to open up with like Skarm. And so if I lead Blissey, that'll tunnel them into like a close combat. I can switch to my Gengar. Gengar from there can probably do okay against Infernape. And so I'm just trying to think of like the different flow charts. I think Infernape is a really good lead from them because it can Rocks, it can Taunt, it can pin my Skarm, and then it can also U-turn away from anything that's problematic. So if I take out the Infernape, I'm also in a really good spot. I might even just like hard switch in my... Because they wouldn't Flare Blitz a Blissey probably. They'd probably close combat. That's one of the reasons why Gengar is such a cool mod on this team. Blissey and Gengar just have really, really good type synergies. There's the Magnezone. So I think this is completely fine. I'm just going to go for the Flamethrower. I'd love to see Volt switch into Scizor. That'd be hilarious. I'd probably actually outspeed this thing if I'm EV trained correctly. It depends if they're a full speed, like sturdy Magnezone. I have no problem going for Flamethrower though, so let's see it. Let us see. You know what they say about seeing? It's believing. And let's just go with the big Blissey here. I love Blissey, man. I love this Pokemon. This whole team is just Pokemon that I really like in it. But let's see. What are you thinking about? Because Magnezone can't really beat Blissey either. Hard switch. Show me to Scizor. It might even be Infernape. I would not mind Flamethrowing Infernape. Doesn't matter to me. That's great. That's a good switch in there. So again, I think we're going to go in... I don't need to go to Gengar here. But they're probably going to be like a Guts Toxcorp set. That's a really, really good switch in for them. So smart switch-ins. You can see, yeah, there's the... I couldn't tell if we actually burned because of the Flame Orb or if we burned from the Flamethrower, but I'm sure it's Flame Orb. What do we want to switch to? I think that Skarm is a good switch in here. It's going to Drain Punch, so maybe I'll go into the Gengar. They might knock off here too. And I'd rather... You know, I'm going to go in with the Gengar. I think Gengar might just be a bit of a better option. And I'll probably Shadow Ball instead of Sludge Bomb. I'll think about it. I might even Destiny Bond, because I want to know if they're going to knock off or clock my Sash first. Let's go. Close combat. Awesome. So it's not even Drain Punch. That's really cool. I actually think that Sludge Bomb would get the KO from here, but I don't know if they'd let me get away with that, you know? I'm just going to Shadow Ball. It'd be better on the 2 steel. They have 2 steel types. They have Magnezone and Scizor, remember? So if they're left at like 10%, they're left at like 10%. All right, cool. They have Bullet Punch. I'd love to get a Curse Body on that. That'd make me happy. No Curse Body, never lucky. So this tells me they don't have knockoff. Yeah, see, Sludge Bomb would have got the KO. Sludge Bomb would have gotten the KO. It's not the end of the world. We have to eat a second Bullet Punch, but I don't think it's the end of the world. I'm just going to Glock myself into Shadow Ball. And the reason we're doing that instead of using something else, we want to give out the illusion that we're choiced in some way. At this point, you should know that we're not Spexed, because we would have done more damage. So it looks like we're trying to give out the illusion of Twist Scarf. So this might actually be scaring away that Infernape for a little bit later. Hopefully this doesn't crit. Awesome. And then next turn, we're going to Destiny Bomb, basically whatever comes out. And then, like I said, this should scare away the Infernape. They'll probably force them to bring in Scizor, which is completely fine. I don't really think I have a problem with Scizor. I might even just let them KO the Scizor and then re-bring out my, or let them KO the Gengar and then bring out my Blissey to pin. Might have to do that, which is a net loss for me. King Crimson, I love that name. I'm gonna switch my Skarm in. I don't have to stay here. If you Swords Dance here, I'm in a good spot, and because I can just Whirlwind you out. And if you U-turn here, I could have just won because I would just be Destiny Bonding. But you shouldn't be U-turning. You should just be Bullet Punching. Let's go. Awesome. SD's completely fine. I can actually even set my rocks here. I can set the rocks. I don't have to care about your Scizor at all. Not even a little bit. We can rocks and Whirlwind. We can do all of the above. He can defog us too if he wants. Like, doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter. 2 SDs. So basically, he has to click defog right here, otherwise he's getting big sad. And I also have sturdy, right? So like, I don't even need to. There's nothing Scizor can do to stop this Whirlwind. Third Swords Dance. Yo, Skarm, pop off. Pop off, my man. Let's go. Whirlwind. Holy moly, that's Scizor. That Scizor tried to carry the world on his back. King Crimson, call him Atlas. Yo, That was ridiculous. There's like a bunch of different things we can do in this situation. I don't really want to eat a Scald here though. Especially because you have like leftovers, you can restore most of the health I could do with this thing anyways. Normally you would just want to sit there and use Whirlwind. Like back in the day, back before there was a team preview, you didn't know all their mons, you would want to continually Whirlwinding here to see what they have. But I'm just going to go out to the Blissey. I could also go to my Rotom, and I could trick a choice item onto it, and that'd make it a lot easier to deal with for the remainder of the game. I think I will actually just do that. I know it seems really weird to do that, but I'd like to take its leftovers, and I don't need the choice item on my Rotom for any of these matchups. And I want to make it so we can't recover later. Like, I don't care if you Scald it. I don't even care if you burn my Rotom. It really does not matter. It's completely fine. It sucks, right? It sucks. And they should be able to know that we're choiced right here. So they might be able to scout this if they're a really good player and switch away. But, like, let's see. Because, like, a good Rotom there would have leftovered. Oh, cool. I'm happy for this. And then I'm just going to switch to my Blissey, probably. So you can have a Choice Scarf. Ice Beam. Awesome. Alright, so let me think about this. Should I Volt Switch? Are you gonna switch? Because you're Choice Scarfed right now. Are they dumb enough to stay in? The reason why I say that, is we have the Mon advantage. You saw the last time we played actually went to time. We're not trying to time this person, but you gotta remember that, like, I don't have to do anything right now. I take basically Burn is just mitigated. I'll go for the Volt Switch. I think it's the right play. Because I think you're gonna switch, because a lot of people when they get put in this situation, what they do is they say, "Oh, my Mon that's here right now can't do anything. I'm gonna switch." And I'll take an extra 10% of my health from your Ice Beam just to see what you're gonna do. I don't mind Volt Switching here. It causes me nothing. Yeah, see? You see what I mean? People switch when they think they can't do something, and so we get to see what they're switching to, or not. They switch to a ground type. Hey, good play. I love that. Good play from them. You're gonna be able to get Rocks up out of this. I think I'm gonna go for the Hydro. My Rotom's not needed for this matchup anymore, so I'm just gonna go for the Hydro. I'm gonna try and get the 2-shot. But good stuff for me. You know, I wonder if they're gonna switch in the Rotom, the Gastrodon, and get the Storm Drain boost. That'd be kind of nutty. They might do it after Rocks. So they might get Rocks up like this turn and then do that. I still need to PP max these Hydros. Holy moly! Only having 5 of these sucks. Let's go Hydro. Let's see how much damage this actually does, how bulky you are. I would love it if you just like wood hammered me. I'd love you a long time. That's a lot. Rock Polish. Oh man. Yo, pop off, Chief. I love you. I love this for you, man. That's so cool. Alright, so remember, like I talked about, if we take out this thing, it's a lot easier for us to use Breloom. You still might not outspeed this Rotom. I'm not even kidding. You might not outspeed this Rotom. I think you will. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And I don't need the Rotom for anything unless the game goes to time. Let's see. Skarm's still at full. I'm gonna switch the Skarm in. Like, I'm not afraid of that thing. And I can just save the Rotom in case the game goes to time. You don't want to fodder your Mons either. There's no reason to fodder it. Looks like they're not switching, or else they would have switched first probably. Yep, there it is. Pop off, Chief. Absolutely massive Wood Hammer. I'm actually going to go for the Drill Peck here, because it'll get the KO. I actually prefer Drill Peck over Steel Wing. I think people like Steel Wing because it can hit Clefable, but I like Drill Peck because it hits Breloom and stuff like that. It's hard to find flying stab moves. They're just really good in a lot of these metas. They're definitely underrated, and the fact that it can't miss is one of the reasons I really like it. So we're just going to go for the Drill Peck here. Skarm's busted. What you gonna do? You don't want to go to the Infernape? You know, I can Drill Peck that thing too. Super effective. Super effective against Infernape, super effective against Torterra. Stealth Rock, smart play. The fadeaway rocks on that set, that's going to be really hard to deal with because this team does not have a defogger. So those rocks are stuck there forever. So that's going to be hard to deal with. That is going to be hard to deal with, so it's going to make the game a lot harder. Our Gengar might die if we have to bring it in after rocks. Let's see, rocks do 12.5%, so it'll over 10%. So let's see how much health my Gengar has. I'll try and calculate just how much damage I am taking from rocks. Because if it would die, I can use it as a free swap if I'm pinned. Like, what do you really send out here? Hey, that's smart. Because it's going to be Steel. It's going to be Magnet Pull. We can actually check for Magnet Pull right now. But let's go to our Gengar. 25%. So we can switch in our Gengar here. It's cool to know. So we're going to check for Magnet Pull. I'm going to try and switch. And if it lets me, well, it worked. And if it didn't, well, that means, like, if it says it's not going to take my turn, yeah. So it says it can't be switched out. Good play from them. I love seeing the Magnet Pull. It means they're not sturdy. So we're just going to have to soak some damage. They cannot KO us, but we're going to be able to Whirlwind, and then we're going to Hard Switch our Skarm out. Try Attack. That was your chance. That was your chance to use the electric attack. Nope. Nope. I'm switching the Skarm out. I'm not gonna stay here. I'm not gonna stay here and take this. Into the choice scarfed Gastrodon. I mean, technically, let's see. I think they're gonna scald me. Let's see. What do we want to switch to? They could. I can Rebeam Triangle for Ice Beam. I think Blissey's just the right switch in here though, because Blissey's good versus all of their Pokemon. Rotom's also totally usable, but Blissey's fine. Yeah. This is a very passive turn from me. I might even start locking in like Thunder, trying to make it so whatever Pokemon they want to switch in takes like massive damage. Because like if we can get the Infernape to be slower than our Garchomp, we're gonna be in a really, really good spot. So if we can paralyze that Infernape, that'd be great. And remember, every time I switch now, I have to take rocks damage, which I don't want to take. I don't like to take. That's not what I'm about to take. And so if they read me here, and they switch out for Infernape right here, I'm taking basically 2 ticks of rocks for free, unless I just want to fodder my Blissey, which I don't really want to do. So let's see if they want to make the right play. Scald, awesome. Feels great, man. Yeah, I don't care about that. Oh my god, 2 first turn burns. Literally never lucky. We can PP out all of those Scalds, I think, though, with Soft Boiled. And again, you can't really play this passive from their situation if you're the one that's like 2 mons down. So like in this situation, I can just go for Thunder. I totally can. And I am going to go for Thunder here, in case you want to switch in the Infernape, which I think you have to start trying to win sooner than later. I know that we're Thundering a Gastron slot. It's supposed to hit the Infernape, or the Scizor, or literally everything. Show me that Infernape. God, have you ever seen someone as good as Pokemon as me? I swear, have you ever seen anyone as good as me? I don't think anyone ever has. Yeah. It just feels good to be good. Can I get my Parrot too? Yeah, it feels great, doesn't it? Doesn't it just feel good? It feels good when you're good. It feels good to be great. So, yeah, no, there's not that much they can do now. I can just hard switch in my Gengar. They're probably... I don't even have to switch in the Gengar, but I am going to switch it in, and they're probably going for the close combat. They can go for the Flare Blitz if they want, but it doesn't really matter because Garchomp outspeeds, and Garchomp can kill the rest of the team. They have, like, Magnezone, Scizor, Infernape. So, Blissey switches out, Gengar switches in, blocks the close combat, let it begin. And if you want to go for the Flare Blitz, you totally can. Ain't no problem with there. Yeah, good play. Ain't got no problem with that. It's good stuff. Good read. Good read. You get full of those reads too. You would have like killed yourself with recoil, by the way. That's fine. No big deal. No curse body either. Never lucky. Oh, and they're orbed. Awesome. Cool. So it's definitely Garchomp time. So again, they have Scizor, Magnezone, Gastrodon. So we're gonna have to Swords Dance. I don't care if they want to close combat me, so I will definitely... They shouldn't be able to KO me with close combat either. They definitely shouldn't. So I'm at SD. I hope they don't have Mach Punch. Like, close combat plus Mach Punch would be very problematic. And I need to do this now, otherwise I can't break the Gastro. If you switch into Gastro right now, it's super game over. Yeah. Oh, say they don't even have close combat. Awesome. I wish I had Rough Skin on this Garchomp, but I still don't have it. Alright, so I think Outrage should be able to KO that Gastro from here. I say should. It should. I don't want to have a situation where they go for close combat here, though. So I'm just going to go for Earthquake. Even if they Mach Punch me again, that's completely fine. We'll see if they go for Mach Punch again. Because like they could have close combated that turn and then Mach Punched. And if they're rocking like an Iron Fist set, which I can't tell, I'm completely fine with this. Because this also keeps me within range to where, like, if I were to Swords Dance again, we'd be within range with Bullet Punch for Scizor. I don't like that. I'd rather just be able to KO the thing. I don't think Scizor can KO Garchomp from here, especially with my leftovers. So I like this much damage. We should be able to take out Scizor. We should be able to take out all the rest of their mons. And it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a close game. We didn't even use Breloom this time. We didn't really have to. We don't ever have to use Breloom. I think Breloom is a good Pokemon to bring in. You know, the lower... So, like, now that they're out of their Torterra and their Infernape, it's going to be a lot even easier to use Breloom if I wanted to. So the whole game's going to come down to whether this Earthquake KOs and whether they crit their Bullet Punch. I think a Life Orb Bullet Punch might be able to almost get something, but we'll see. Yeah, not going to do it. Scizor. I respect the setup. I think they actually probably tried to Swords Dance there, to be completely honest, but... Garchomp's the freaking GOAT, man. Garchomp's the boy. Ain't nothing stopping Garchomp. I wonder if I have to Outrage that Gastrodon. I think I will. Because I want to. And then I'm going to Outrage that freaking... I'm going to Outrage that Magnezone too. Yo, let's go. Let's go. Best move in the game. absolutely massive outrage. I'm still waiting to get my first loss in BDSP when I am recording these videos. Like, if you watch the stream stuff like that, I don't really lose to people. I'm still waiting. But you can tell I also treat a lot of these games very seriously. Treat a lot of them very seriously. I make sure that my leads are on point. I make sure I always have 2 or 3 things to switch to if I need to. And generally, it's just I've played so much Gen 4 singles that like I can feel myself getting better each game. Like for example, that Infernape thing where I was like, I'm gonna use Thunder on this Gastrodon, you know, this ground type, because I know that the only way that you can win, I'm in your head so much, I know you have to switch in that Infernape. You switch in the Infernape, you took the Thunder, you got the Para. That's like playing to your advantage. That's playing to win right there. That's playing for some wins up. You know what else is wins up? Another outrage. Let's go. Let's go. 3rd outrage. 3rd time's a charm. Are they gonna run? Are they gonna run? I'm gonna win anyways. Get Garchomped. Get Garchomped. And did I lose any mons that game? I lost my Gengar. Yeah. But that guy got a good team. Good team. I respected the Rotera. Got a little bit dicey when the rocks came in because, you know, our team doesn't have like a phaser. But feels good. I think that was the last mon, right? Yeah. Great game. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've been enjoying these games. Hopefully, you know, you've liked the singles content. I know we haven't really been playing that much VGC, but if people really want to see VGC, I might be able to do some like showdown content just to show you guys some cool teams. If people want to see that, leave a comment, let me know. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. See you guys next time.